Then I wanted now to touch on the contracts, the three players out of contract, specifically Virgil van Dijk, because I didn't think he played bad yesterday, but after the final, he mentioned about how there will be news in the future. And then recently, we've just seen reports emerge about PSG going all in for him. And the reports suggest that he might, if he was to go to PSG, he'd earn in the region of 80 to 100 million euros. These aren't the type of reports you want to hear just after a cup final defeat, are they?
No, absolutely not. And, but Liverpool have put themselves in this position, haven't they, that these kind of worrying reports can come around. If you don't tie up your captain to a contract and he gets into those last 6 months, he's absolutely free to see what's out there and see what kind of money he could earn elsewhere. And there are clubs who will pay more than Liverpool, and they will be putting that money in front of him to say, why don't you come and try something new? I'm still not hugely concerned yet, because, I mean, he could not be more adamant about how much he loves Liverpool and wants to stay. So I don't think money's going to be the decisive factor. If he was just someone who chased the money, he would have gone to Manchester City in the first place, by the way. So he's not that kind of character, really. So, but it is concerning. There's no question about that. And Liverpool, as much as we can keep saying that these talks are ongoing and we're not too worried yet, time is ticking down now. They are running out of time to get this done. So whatever that issue is, whatever the kind of what's putting a stop on it at the moment, they need to work through that and get it sorted out. Because I think of the three, he's the one who is most clearly committed to staying. He's the captain. He like I say, I don't think he's going to chase the money elsewhere. But you've got to pay him at the level he believes he's worth. And there's clearly a disagreement on what that is, or contract length, or whatever. But they need to get that done, because the idea that, I mean, we were already talking about, by the way, that the kind of, you're looking at the front six there and maybe three going. I didn't even mention Mohamed Salah. I mean, I'm moving into the other contracts here, but I mean, you allow Salah to go, then you've got a fourth forward there that you're trying to replace. Then you allow Van Dijk to go, and you've suddenly got to sign a centre half who starts every single game. And then that's before we get on to kind of what they need to do in midfield. If Trent goes at right back, they need to sign a left back anyway. It's surely Liverpool do not want to go into this summer and need to sign 8 or 9 players, because that's the position they could be potentially leaving themselves in. I mean, that for me is what gives me more confidence than anything around the contracts, is that they won't want to reach that situation. But we're in March, and those 3 of those contracts aren't signed, and all the other areas that we've spoken about do need addressing. So it looks like a busy summer at the moment. But yeah, we will have to see how that pans out. And you just hope that, although PSG are putting money in front of Van Dijk, that he is willing to stay and will put pen to paper at Liverpool. But it's very, very late at the moment, and Liverpool need to get a move on.
Yep. I mean, I've seen reports recently suggesting that Liverpool might be in for Schlotterbeck, for Mark Guehi. And the more I see these reports, the more I don't want to say I'm underwhelmed by them, but is there anyone who could potentially replace him and just replace his impact as captain, as leader, as arguably the best centre-back the Premier League's ever seen? Because it's getting closer to that deadline.
Yeah, there's just absolutely no chance that Liverpool can sign anyone who will be as good as him for next season at the bare minimum. Maybe they'll be as good as him in 3 seasons' time when he starts to decline, and whoever Liverpool sign get better, hopefully, or whatever. But there's no chance that anyone's going to be near him now, because he's operating at an absolutely ridiculous level. So again, this is again, Liverpool, I know people talk about they have a wage structure, they do this, that, or the other. But they're also not stupid, and the idea that they're going to let him go, to me, is just utterly laughable, because I just can't imagine a world where they have the confidence that they think they can sign a centre half who's going to be anywhere near that level, unless they're just fully accepting that a season of absolute pain and misery is coming up. But again, I don't think they will want that. So none of those links, as you say, kind of inspire anything really. I'm not hugely convinced by any of them. So yeah, they need to just get a move on and get him signed, and of course then they probably have to do some business at centre half anyway, don't they? Because the likelihood is that Joe Gomez leaves. So do you want to be signing Joe Gomez's replacement and Virgil van Dijk's replacement and Salah's and a left back and someone in central midfield? Do you want to be doing all those things? I really, really doubt Liverpool do. So, but they have to get it signed.